What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to episode 2 of my Becoming Her series. So if you guys missed the last episode, I'm basically just starting a new series about trying to improve my habits, find new things to challenge myself going into 2026, and really just focus on becoming like the best version of myself going into the new year. So kind of going along with like the winter arc vibe, you know what I'm saying? So I actually, since filming my last episode, I have decided to join Hyrox. So I signed up for Hyrox 2026, and actually signed up for the one in Miami because the one in Houston was sold out. Typical Houston, right? It's sold out. So I wasn't about to like wait around on the wait list, see if I get approved or, get a spot or not. I was like, well, you know what? If Miami's open and I see if there's spots, I'm just going to buy a ticket. So I bought a ticket. Plus, I think it's on the beach or it's near the beach, which would be nice. And it's in April. So that gives me, like pretty much, it's April, like the first week of April. So it gives me like 3 months to train. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. So you guys are going to see my training style change. I'm actually about to go to the gym right now and I'm going to take you guys with me. And you guys will see like how my training style is changing from, more like just bodybuilding, strength training to performance style training, and then also adding more cardio and stuff in there as well. So you guys will see that because Hyrox is like a runner's race, as everyone calls it. So I do need to get my tank up, okay, because we have not ran a lot since like college. I played college basketball and I used to do a lot of running and cardio, but my stamina, it ain't the same, let me tell you, okay? So that's what I'm about to work on. And then, of course, I'm going to be working on other things as well in this vlog to just become my best self. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, please make sure to subscribe and turn your notifications on so that you can catch the rest of this series. But let's get to it. I'm in my car. I'm about to head to the gym and we will get into our first workout. Maybe you should drive your car. Pick up another you call. In the parking lot in Tucson. Are you with me? When I stand with the roof gone, I pull up like Jimmy Neutron. Looking at you get a move on. Like you haul and I know we need to go slow, but we could go faster. Maybe the password. Slide city, you know what that means. I'm coming up on you quickly. Happy nice things. Slide, put me in a man tryna get in the bed. So I'ma get first instead. I know it's gonna make you bad. What would I do? Fall in love you, babe. What would I do? If I didn't love you, babe. What would I do? If I didn't love you. Wanna be the one to give you what you want. Not the words you want, you should have run. Right around town with your hair down. I know you like it when I tell you what you want. Everything what you doing, what you want. I can tell your friends you need to want that. You need to go slow, but we can go faster. Let me the password. Slide city, you know what that means. I'm coming up on you quickly. Happy nice things. Slide, put me in a man tryna get in the bed. So I'ma get smashed. Okay. What's up, you guys? Let me bring you a little bit closer. And adjust this real quick. Okay. What is up? Man, I feel like I have not picked up my camera in so long, and it has been a lot longer than I initially planned, okay? This vlog started weeks ago, okay? Weeks ago. This was supposed to be like a Becoming Her in 6 weeks series focused on me prepping for Hyrox. Also, like, just getting into the New Year flow. I wanted to motivate you guys. And life happened. Let's just put it that way, okay? Life hit, shit happened. And now I'm here. Okay, but I wanted to share with you guys. And also, I always want to be as transparent as possible on social media, especially YouTube and vlogs, because I feel like there's just so much of like being perfect out there. You know, we don't need more of that. So I'm just gonna try to keep it as real as I can with you guys, always. So you guys saw I was training for Hyrox. I plan to do Hyrox Miami, which is in April, first week of April. It is now February, okay? I'm just gonna put it out there. So I recently miscarried, okay? I was pregnant. I found out I was pregnant like late December. And I initially planned, you know, to still do Hyrox and everything. I'd already planned it prior to that. And I was training for it and everything. And then I miscarried it started last week, okay? And it was a very painful miscarriage. And I want to share this because I want to bring some awareness to miscarriages. I feel like it's something that's kind of brushed under the rug for women, just by the medical industry. And I don't know, I just feel like women don't get enough, I don't know, the word, attention is not the word, but women have to go through a lot of shit, okay? We definitely like do not get enough recognition for how much we have to go through just with our bodies. Like, obviously we bring babies into the world, we bring life, we give life to the world, really, if you think about it, right? And it's not always a pleasant experience. There's a lot of pain that's involved in pregnancy or miscarrying. There's a lot of emotions involved, there's a lot of ups and downs. And that's really what I want to like share my story, is to just, I want to share my story to spread awareness and hopefully help someone else that's dealing with this as well. So I did share this on TikTok already, and I'll just kind of insert the video. But yeah, I basically just shared my story. This was my second miscarriage in a row, so it was it's still challenging. I'm still obviously processing the emotions. But what made it worse was the experience of the actual miscarriage. I had to go to the ER, I had to get rushed actually in an ambulance, and it was extremely painful, extremely painful. The most excruciating pain I've ever been in my life, okay? Also, if you hear any noise, this is my dog. But yeah, the most excruciating pain I've ever been in my life, okay? And what pissed me off about this was beyond just the emotional stuff. I had to deal with the physical pain and like I said, the trauma of it. It did not need to be as traumatizing as it was, okay? And the medical industry could have helped me avoid that experience. When I initially went to the ER I'll just give you like a timeline. So Sunday I was at the gym, this is like at 2 p.m. and I initially had a gush of water come out, okay? And I went to the restroom because it did go through my pants a little bit. So I went to the restroom, checked it out, and I was like, you know, relieved it was not blood, right? And so I'm like, okay, like that, nothing else is going on. So I'm like, it must just be like, you know, just some weird pregnancy stuff. You know what I mean? Our bodies do weird stuff. So I was like, okay, it's nothing to worry about. And then I go home and everything, like 2 hours pass and I start to see some light blood. So then I'm starting to get just a little, you know, more worried. It's very light at first, but then my stomach does start cramping, and that's when the full-fledged, like, you know, the worry comes on, right? Because I have experienced, like I said, a miscarriage prior to this, actually, like, I believe it, like 6 months, 5 to 6 months ago. So it was not that much, you know, it was not that long ago. So at that point, I'm worried. And I'm like, okay, we need to go to the ER. So my husband go to the ER on Sunday night. And then while I'm there, it's getting worse. The bleeding gets heavier. The pain is getting worse. But at that point, it's still like period level cramping, right? And they do the normal thing where they have you do like ultrasound and stuff. And the ultrasound tech, she was amazing, by the way. This woman, like, I'm grateful for her because she handled it like with such care. But she could tell I was miscarrying, and she communicated that to me. And obviously nobody wants to hear that. It's hard, right? But yeah, so I know I'm miscarrying. By the end of that visit, the doctor just basically is like, expect to miscarry over the next few days. And they send me home, nothing else, okay? Then comes Monday, and I am still bleeding throughout the day, cramping. The cramping is uncomfortable, so I am taking like Tylenol and stuff, but it was like still a bearable pain, you know what I'm saying? And then like around 7 p.m. on Monday night is when the pain gets unbearable. And I'm still thinking in my head, like, it cannot get worse than this because nobody prepared me. I had no idea it could get worse. So I'm sitting there trying to like push through the pain. I'm like, okay, like don't overreact. It's just, you know, it's just like period level pain. That's like what I keep telling myself. And it got worse and worse and worse to the point where I was like moaning and groaning and like yelling in pain, okay? And like I said, I couldn't, in my head, I couldn't even fathom that that was a possibility. And because nobody had told me at all, nobody gave me pain meds or anything. No doctors, no heads up, nothing. And so I'm in bed, going like, and I'm home alone. My husband is on the road; he's a truck driver, and yeah. So I'm like screaming, moaning, groaning, in pain in the house by myself. I call my husband and he's like, what do you want, you know, what should I do? What should I do? He couldn't call 911 from where he was at for them to come for me because he's not in the same area. So then he had our neighbor come over. Okay, sorry, my memory card had filled up, my storage filled up, so I had to restart it. But yeah, my neighbor came over and she called 911 and the ambulance came, and the paramedics knew right away that I was going through labor pains. I told them I was miscarrying and they had seen it before. It was nothing new to them, which pissed me off because I'm like, okay, so why didn't anybody tell me? They were literally asking me, like, at the ER, they didn't give you any pain meds? And I was like, no, they did not. And they were like, oh, they should have gave you pain meds. I'm like, yeah, no kidding, right? And then I get in the ambulance, they give me fentanyl and stuff, and that makes a big difference, right? Thank God. I get to the ER, I see the doctor. The doctor basically does, he removes the remainder of the fetus. And I'm not gonna go into that again because I already went into this on TikTok, but it was not a pleasant experience. Let's just put it that way. Okay, it was not a pleasant experience. I was still going through pain. Even with pain meds, I was still going through pain. So it was that bad, okay? And basically my cervix was not opening, so they had to help remove everything. So I'm telling this story because I just want to spread awareness. If you're going through a miscarriage, especially like, you know, more than one in a row, like it is definitely a lot to handle. It's very difficult to handle, and you should not have to go through the pain and the traumatic like experience that I went through on top of the emotions that come with that. It's just so unnecessary. And I remember I was in the ER and I was kind of researching what I was going through because I wanted to know, like, are other people experiencing this, right? And I found a story on like a Reddit or whatever, and the story was like exactly the same as mine. And I'm like, dude. And she was saying the same thing as me, where she was irritated that nobody told her. So I just want to try to spread awareness. If you are dealing with a miscarriage, just be prepared. I'm praying it does not happen to you. You know what I went through in the pain level, but just know that it is a possibility. Make your freaking doctor give you some pain meds, like real pain meds. I'm not talking about Tylenol. Get that prescription, you know, just to have it. It'll make you feel better. Yeah, because my first miscarriage was nothing like this. It was a lot easier to deal with pain-wise. It was just like some period cramping, and it was, that was pretty much it. It passed in like 2 days, okay? So this is a very different experience. So just know that all miscarriages are not the same. You could have, you know, one that's not that bad and then have another one that is. So just be prepared for that. Yeah, and that's really what I wanted to share. But I just think as women, we need to kind of look out for each other because unfortunately we cannot count on the medical system to do it for us. So I want to, like I said, just spread awareness, hopefully help someone with my story. And now going into just like YouTube and my journey, I think I'm really gonna be focused on kind of healing now, you know, and really I want to like spend a lot of time on my own health and wellness, which I already do, but like I really want to make sure like overall I am working on myself, and just trying to heal. You know, this does take a lot out of you, and I just want to be at a place where whenever we are ready or whenever I do feel ready to try again, that I am, you know, not overly stressed. I want to really try to prepare myself for that. But you know, there's going to be a lot of healing that goes on before I'm ready to get to that point. So that's what you can expect now on this channel. I'm still, gonna share workouts and everything. That's gonna be a big part of it. So I will be still focusing on becoming her and becoming a better version of myself. But I would say my focus has changed a little bit, and I'm just more focused on my overall wellness and being as happy as I can be in this time. So yeah, that was it. Thank you if you made it this far into the story and for just listening. If you've been through miscarriage, I would love to make some sort of community or support system, because I know this can be a lonely thing. Like, it's, husbands and all that, they just don't understand. It's not the same for them. So I'm hoping I can find some sort of support group. I think that would be really helpful. But yeah, so that's gonna be the end of this little vlog, and then the next one I will pick up on like the next steps. And like I said, getting back into routine. I am waiting to be cleared to exercise and everything again. So once that happens, I will definitely be focused on getting back into routine, working on my health and fitness, and like I said, my overall, my mindset, my wellness. So I'll be sharing that with you guys. Right now, I'm not sure that I'm going to do Hyrox, just because so much has happened. I just don't feel like, I don't know. Mentally, that just sounds like a lot for me right now. I think that I'll probably focus on some other fitness activities instead of doing Hyrox, honestly. So I will keep you guys updated. But thank you so much for watching. As always, I appreciate you guys. And I'm hoping that we can just, always be here for each other and just support women and empower women. Because like I said, we have to deal with so much and people just don't get it. So yeah, but I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for watching. And I will talk to you soon.